go. Give it up for Ryan one more time. Yeah, don't forget to check out my podcast, you guys. I am giving away a toaster. Yeah, that's the proper response. At the end of my set, I'm gonna chuck it over my head like it's a wedding bouquet. And whoever catches it is probably getting stitches. Now, this is pretty cool, doing jokes at the Butterfly Pavilion. The only thing I'm worried about is like a butterfly's gonna land on me. It's gonna be like Monsters, Inc. They're gonna be like, code 2319, we got a contamination. No, it was my dog's birthday the other day. Happy birthday. And to celebrate my dog's birthday, I decided to cook his food hibachi style. I pulled out all the tricks, throwing the food up in the air, the whole shebang. The only problem though is, now my dog refuses to eat his food until he sees an onion volcano. I love those memes that are like, you and a friend have to eat 500 chicken nuggets, 5 large fries, 4 Diet Cokes in under an hour. Who do you pick to be on your team? My dog. That's an easy one. Now put her picture up on the wall. No, I'm a crazy dog dad, if you guys can't tell already. Like, I created my dogs their own Instagram account just so I could tag them in memes. And I remember this one time, this girl slid into my dog's DMs. Not mine, my dog's DMs. And she was like, aw, how cute. Is it a boy or a girl? And I was like, aw, thanks. It's actually a dog though. No, I came home the other day from hanging out with my friend and his dog, and my dog just knew right away before I even walked in the house that I'd been with another dog. I walked into my house to find out he carved cheater into the side of my couch. I saw this funny article earlier today on Facebook. It goes, Florida woman arrested. So right off the bat, you already know this is gonna be a good story. Florida woman arrested after she mistakenly gave her preschool class margaritas during snack time. So since it was a mistake though, I just want to know, at what point did she realize what she was doing? Like, was it when she was cutting the limes? Or was it when she was selling the sippy cups? She's just like, crap, these are kids. I should be putting sugar on the rims. I saw this other funny article about this other lady who gets paid 10 grand a kid to name rich people's babies. Like, shoot, for that kind of money, I'll name a rich baby. I'm gonna start my own company naming rich babies. 50 grand a kid, I'll name your baby. All these rich couples are gonna start flocking to me instead of her, because 50 grand, that's the best baby name money can buy. Well, she's over there at 10 grand, like the knockoff T-Move of baby names. If it's a boy, that's an easy one. I'm naming it Bo Nix. And if it's a girl, that's also an easy one. I'm naming it Bo Nix Ed. God, I love the Broncos. No, the other day I had a knife pulled on me at work. That was pretty terrifying. Especially because I'm a dog sitter. So what I'm trying to say is, a dog pulled a knife on me the other day. How he got the knife, I don't know. The problem though was the dog had the knife, but he also had the zoomies. So I couldn't catch him to get the knife from him. I'm just like, tater tot, put the knife down, tater tot. You have so much to live for. Finally, I got creative and I found a tennis ball. I chucked it into the house, dog drops the knife, runs to get the tennis ball. I run in and the knife squeaks. I was like, God damn it. These dog toys are getting too realistic. No, the best, worst gift I've ever gotten in my lifetime was a 101 Dalmatian dog slipper. Notice how I said slipper, not slippers. My grandma got me the dog slipper because she thought it was a stuffed animal with a pocket. And the thing I want to know is, who sold her that slipper? And she better have gotten half off for it too. My brother one time called into a radio station and told that story, and he won free tickets to see Toto the band at Hudson Gardens. And I was like, dude, that's my story. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, so those are my tickets? And he was like, no. So I was like, all right, well, can I at least go to the concert with you? And he was like, sorry, they only gave me one ticket. Some people fall for those extended car warranty scams. My parents fall for fake movie trailers. Like the other day, my dad was like, hey, did you see the new trailer for the new Scream movie? It takes place in the Ratatouille universe, and the rat is the killer. And I'm like, that's not real, Dad. He's like, well, how do you know? And I'm like, just trust me on that one. Or another time, he was like, have you seen the trailer for the new Fast and Furious movie? They find a DeLorean, travel back in time, and are riding on dinosaurs. And I was like, okay, well, that one might actually be real. I wouldn't put it by Vin Diesel. So what we're gonna do for this next bit here is, I'm gonna tell you about 3 movies my dad's told me about, 2 fake and 1 real. And you gotta figure out which one's the real movie. Option 1, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Oozing tomatoes from outer space go on a blood-splattering rampage as they conquer the world. Option 2, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. After being left by Christopher Robinson, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet go on a rampage, terrorizing the town. Or option 3, Velocipaster. After losing his parents in a freak accident, a man travels to China, where he discovers he has this mysterious power to transform into a dinosaur. Although he is horrified by his powers, a sex worker convinces him to use them to fight crime. Which one do you guys think is the real movie? 1, 2, or 3? 2. Plot twist? They're all real movies.
I've seen Velocipaster.
Velocipasters is a cult classic. Released in 2017. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, another great horror movie, released in 2023. And Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, released in 1978, and has 3 sequels to it. Return of the Killer Tomatoes, Killer Tomatoes Strike Back, and Killer Tomatoes Eat France. There also might be a 4th one, but I'm not sure if it's real or not. Have you guys seen the TV show The Office? All right, good. I just found out my roommate has never seen the TV show The Office. So my new favorite thing to do is to tell him about my day at work, but it's actually an episode of The Office. At first I started out small, you know, tell him about the time my coworker spilled his chili, or the time I got promoted to assistant to the regional manager. My favorite though was the time I told him about my boss burning his foot on a George Foreman grill. He's like, how the hell does he do that? And I'm like, it's simple. My boss loves to wake up to the smell of crackling bacon. So every day he lays out 6 strips of bacon on his George Foreman grill. It's delicious, it's good for him, it's a great way to start the day. Well, last night he stepped out and onto the grill and it clamped down and burned his foot. I'm like, I don't see what's so hard to believe about that. And he's like, man, they need to make a TV show about your life. And I'm like, yeah, man, they really should. I think I might go bold next week and try and do the fake Asian gym prank on him. See if he notices. No, I did realize though, he finally caught on to me, because the other day I was running late for work, and I cannot find my stapler to save the life of me. I'm looking all over, and I'm like, Kurt, have you seen my stapler? And he's like, you should check the fridge. I'm like, why would I check the fridge? I open up the fridge door, and my stapler's in a thing of Jell-O. I was like, God damn it, Jim. I went to pull it out, and he's like, whoa, there's hungry kids in Africa. You gotta take it out, or you gotta eat it out. No, I should have realized that he was caught on to me though earlier. Because like a week before that, he was telling me about his trip to Africa and how he made friends with this talking meerkat and warthog named Timon and Pumbaa. And I love The Lion King, so I don't know how I didn't catch that one. Another good story, the other day I was having dinner with my family, and my dad goes, did you hear the big news? And I'm like, what news? And he's like, guess who follows your mom on Twitter? And my first thought was, wait, Mom has a Twitter? And he's like, yeah, Keanu Reeves follows your mom on Twitter. And I'm like, that's not real. I grab her phone, and it says, Keanu Reeves, 69_420 followed you on Twitter. And the profile picture was John Wick. My parents were so excited for it, though, that I didn't have the heart to break it to her. So if anyone knows Keanu Reeves, tell her to follow my mom on Twitter, that'd be very appreciative. All right, let's do some would you rather questions. Would you rather? Would you rather be blind for the rest of your life or stuck inside an Olive Garden? That's an easy one for me. I'm going Olive Garden. I'll put that endless breadsticks to the test. Can you imagine a comedy show inside Olive Garden? That'd be just as cool as this. Would you rather? Would you rather your mom fight Mike Tyson 1 round, or you take a bullet to the knee? That's an easy one for me because I love my mom and my mom loves me. So I think she would take that fight from me. Plus, it's Mike Tyson today. She might win that fight. I also play in a beer league kickball league, so like a bullet to the knee would end my career. My mom also doesn't have the best hearing, so if she lost an ear, she'd be okay. It's okay, she's not here tonight. Shout out, Mom. All right, would you rather, let's do another Mike Tyson. Would you rather yourself fight Mike Tyson, but you get a chainsaw? Or Mike Tyson, but he's blindfolded? I'm going blindfolded Mike on that one. Because the chainsaw one basically just becomes Mike Tyson with a chainsaw. I probably wouldn't even be able to start the chainsaw. I'd be like, Mom, can you help me start this? I think my strategy for blindfolded Mike is, my best way to get him would be just to get down on my hands and knees and try and trip him like a dog. Would you rather get 10% off everything you buy for the rest of your life, but you have to ask if they have Dr. Pepper? Or just live your life normally? Another easy one for me. I'm taking that deal. I love Dr. Pepper, so there's no downsides to that question for me. You're on a fancy first date. The girl's like, yeah, I'll get a glass of wine. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that too, but do you have Dr. Pepper? The only way that could be better is if I got an extra 10% off for every Dr. Pepper. You're at a gentleman's club. The lady's like, hey, you want to get a private dance? I'm like, yeah, I'm down, but do you have Dr. Pepper? A homeless man asks you to spare some change. I'm like, yeah, man, I got you, but do you have Dr. Pepper? I put 90 cents in his cup. You're about to marry the love of your life. You're like, babe, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But I just want to know, do you have Dr. Pepper? Weddings are expensive. I need that extra 10% off. I love going to dive bars. Like, does it make me an alcoholic if I'm a rewards member at my local dive bar? No? Cool, just checking. One of my favorite things to do at dive bars, though, is to convince strangers that beavers went extinct. You put a couple beers in me, and I just start spreading misinformation. I can't help myself. I'm just like, hey, did you know that beavers have been extinct for over a decade? And usually just that right there gets them. But sometimes they'll push back and start showing me pictures of beavers. They're like, oh yeah? What's this one? And I'm like, that's an old photo. Like, oh yeah, well what about this one? I'm like, that's AI. They're like, okay, well what about this one? I'm like, that one's cake. I have learned a lot about beavers though in my time gaslighting people. Like, I'll tell you a crazy beaver fact here. Did you know that a beaver in the wild with no natural predators can grow as big as a cow? They're like goldfish. They'll just keep growing. Okay, I'm doing it to you guys now, I'm sorry. That's on me, I can't help myself. No, I love going to dive bars though, because you meet the coolest people at dive bars. Like I met this one guy who was telling me about how he hides beer in the bushes. He hides beer in the bushes, so that way when the bar closes or he gets kicked out late at night, he can get a drink on his walk home from the bar. So we called him Forrest Drunk. Because like his mama always told him, bushes are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, one day I saw Forrest riding his bike home from the bar. So I texted my friends in the group chat, I'm like, guys, I know Forrest's route to the bar. I'm like, let's go treasure hunting and find his beers. My friends are like, that's mean. Let's hide more beers in the bushes for him. I was like, hell yeah. Well, fast forward a couple weeks, we're at the bar late one night, and I see Forrest talking to this other guy. And he's telling him, hey, if you pay my bar tab, I'll give you these magic beer bush seeds. He's like, I'm telling you, you plant them and the bushes grow beers. It's great. And at this point, I'm feeling kind of bad for leading him on so long. I'm like, I should go over there and apologize. But instead, I just followed that other guy home that night and hid beers in his bushes. All right, guys, I'm Zach Barcast, and that is my time. We're going to be taking a quick 5 to 7 minute intermission here. 10-minute intermission. Do it, you're 11.